do so, you have the opportunity in the settings menu to see the transcript of the video itself, and as well as hide that. And then finally, the last few are the ones you might most likely use today. You're welcome to turn on your camera. We would love to see you if you would like. That's up. Some people like to lurk. Some people like to be more involved. It's up to you. But you have the opportunity to turn on your camera. That would be the symbol with the little cross in it if it's off. Next, we have our microphone. That is going to be auto muted for everyone, I believe, during presentations. However, if something happens, just check, make sure that your mic is muted during presentations. And I think that covers all of the main features today that we'll be doing. Next is introductions. I know some people might be a little bit shy to talk publicly, but this is an opportunity to get to know other audience members and people part of the GIS community. As well as you might want to message someone else and connect in the future. It's a great opportunity for people to get to know who you are and what you're working on. I would like to start off. Then I think I'll pass it off to Scott, if just so you know. And Scott is the supervisor and the head of the Bayfield County Land Records Department. He's in our audience today. My name is Sofia Kozidis. I'm working currently at Bayfield County Land Records Department. I did attend UW La Crosse Geography and Environmental Science program, as well as UW Madison Wildlife Ecology Master's program. My job title is a GIS and UAV project technician for Bayfield County, and we're working on quite a few projects. So my favorite thing about this job is the opportunity to work on many different things at the same time. It keeps you on your toes. It gives me the opportunity to approach each work day with a different mindset, because I might be working on something one day and something else differently the next. So currently I'm working on trails in Bayfield County, so non-motorized trails, as well as working on the Bayfield County Land Records Plat Book. Hopefully that'll be out in the spring of 2022. And as well as continuing with our UAV program and drone training that Scott is training me on currently. Something I hope to learn today. I'm excited for every presentation, and I'm looking forward to learning to project updates with the WLIA. I'm looking forward to how drone imagery is being used in different research projects. I'm excited to learn about geospatial engagement for marginalized communities in the GIS community in general, and building them up and incorporating more diversity. I'm very excited for mapping demo, a new way to approach mapping. I'm looking forward to seeing how GIS is used with recycling in our community. So I'm really looking forward to learning a lot today. Anything else I would like to share? I think I'm very excited to host my first NAGIS user conference. I am looking forward to seeing you all again in 6 months. And this has been a new plan, a new event for me. So I'm excited to be a part of it again in the future. I will now pass it off to Scott, if you're ready, for your introduction, and then we'll go around afterwards, and if people that are watching today can introduce themselves.
Sure. Yeah, we can just run down the list. My name is Scott Galetka, Bayfield County Land Records Administrator. Kind of work with the surveying, real property listing, land sales, UAV. Currently, my projects are looking at updating our land records plan. We got an extension for that, so we were pretty busy during the summer. We took on some additional responsibilities for addressing, and have that in our department now. That was moved over from the emergency management office to our office, and been creating a better workflow, looking at getting a half-time position, doing interviews for that shortly. I think within the nenext couple weeks. Then what else we got? Grants, just employee reviews, all that little stuff. And then we also have lots of vacation coming up through Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving, and so I'm trying to get it all done before the end of the year. It's gonna be pretty tough, but I think we'll get it going. What should I learn today, or what am I going to learn today? I hope to learn. I like these introductions to learn a little bit more about everybody that attends and what they want to learn and what we can try to provide in the future. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know, Sophia, if you want to take over and kind of run down the list and kind of call on people. You're muted.
Yes, sure, I can definitely do that. Okay, so I'm just going to go, I think, pretty much alphabetically at this point. So our next guest that I have is Big Water UAV Solutions. If they're available, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm available. This is Troy with Big Water UAV Solutions. I'm the owner and pilot. And I do a little bit of mapping over here. I live over on Madeline Island. And so I viewed this primarily to learn about other people that are up here that use GIS and hopefully network with you fine folks and just get to know some of you people, I guess. I've been flying drones since 2015. I've got a couple Phantom 4s, and like I say, I primarily do mapping for shoreline restoration right now is what I've been doing. And then I do a lot of FPV flying as well, and put together videos of that and those kind of things. So appreciate the invite.
Of course, thank you for sharing. Next up, Claire, if you want to share.
Hi, my name is Claire. Okay, there we go. I work for Bayfield County Land Records Department with Sofia. I am the land records specialist, and I just started working this position. I used to have Sofia's position. I started working this position in May, so I am learning a lot about INREM, which is like tax foreclosure, transferring property, reading deeds and mapping them out. So that's been a lot of fun, a lot of new information, something I'm hoping to learn. I haven't been using GIS as much as I used to, so I am just looking forward to all the new stuff that's out there that I just haven't been paying attention to.
Thank you, Claire, for sharing. Yeah, Claire's been a huge help with this position. I am also new to the UAV GIS project technician as of June, so definitely Claire's been a huge help. Next, we have Jim.
Get everything turned back on. Hi, I'm Jim Giuliano, and I'm the Geographic Information Officer at the Department of Administration in Madison. And I really enjoy working with the folks in the northern region. We've got a couple of projects going right now. And my main function has been getting LiDAR for the whole state, and we this year we put in a proposal that would finish up the collection. So for the USGS 3DEP program, and I'll talk about that around 3 o'clock, I think. What else? One of our projects up there is called WICD. It stands for the Wisconsin Coastal Management Data Infrastructure Project, but it's sort of better known as the Culvert Project. We've been collecting culvert inventories from a number of units of government and NGOs and tribes up there. And it's going into a common database that helps people see what where they're at with their inventories and sort of moving things into more of a watershed approach. And I'll talk a little bit about that, not a whole lot. We are having a little culvert inventory workshop on November 30th. We'll be at the Ashland County Highway Garage near Highbridge. And if anybody would like to hear more about that, you can email me. That's all for now. Glad to be here. Have a good show.
Thank you so much. And yeah, if anyone has events that are going on, audience members or anyone, please feel free to link them in the chat. Everyone should be able to go back into the chat and see those links as well, so we can do that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Next, I believe we have Christy.
Yeah, this is Christy, Christy Nixon. I'm over in Duluth at the Natural Resources Research Institute. And I guess I'm the GIS specialist and GIS manager for the lab currently. If anyone was at the Minnesota GIS LIS conference last month, they heard about us working on a forest optimization tool, which is hopefully going to go up early next year online. It's a extensive modeling tool. We model forest landscapes over different management regimes and climate scenarios, and the user can go in and do a lot of evaluation and scenario comparison to see the future landscape impacts. And then I'm also personally working on some object-based imagery analysis with eCognition software. So taking some drone imagery and trying to do some vegetation mapping using some veg survey training points. I'm just excited to learn about new data resources and always excited about hearing about drone work and methods of imagery processing.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's, yeah. Object-based image analysis was definitely my intro, I think, to really studying aerial imagery. So that's very cool. Next, I think we have Clinton.
Good morning. I'm Clinton Little. I work with Minnesota Department of Natural Resources on the Lake Superior Coastal Program. I'm sorry, I walked away for a little bit and came back in the introductions. I work a lot with our pass-through grant program, and so I help our grantees with different aspects of their projects, anywhere mostly in the data realm, in helping construct data management plans, metadata, and get their projects to completion. And then I'm also working on preparing for hydro enforcement of the LiDAR being acquired in Minnesota currently. We had 3-depth LiDAR acquired this spring, and working on assembling culvert inventories and finding gaps and building some breach line data. I'll be working on that. I get involved in a lot of different things, from GIS projects all the way to a grant I have to write to work with experts on developing a coastal plant guide for plants suitable for coastal erosion restoration projects and that are climate resilient. So I get into a lot of stuff and enjoy having that wide berth to get exposed to all the different aspects in coastal management.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm definitely taking notes. There's a lot of cool positions and people in our that are attending this user meeting. So thank you. I really appreciate everyone sharing. Next up, we have Nemo. We might come back around to Nemo. Otherwise, if Olivia is available.
Morning, everyone. My name is Olivia Stransky. I'm the zoning and GIS specialist for the Red Cliff Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. I went to school for land use planning and GIS at UW Stevens Point, and I graduated back in 2019. So I've been working for the tribe for a little over 2 years now. I started off in the natural resource division, and I just switched over last year to the planning department. So I'm a lot more involved in a lot of the planning and community development projects that are happening up here. One project we just finished up this summer, I worked with our TIPO department, which is the Tribal Historic Preservation Office. We actually worked on a cemetery expansion project and added about 520 plots up to our existing cemetery. So that was pretty cool to be able to work on with them. And then something I'm hoping to learn is just about everyone that's here today and what projects are going on up in northern Wisconsin. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for sharing. I'm really glad that there's a lot of GIS professionals in the northern Wisconsin and Minnesota area. It's really cool to learn. Pam, if you're available.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pam Ledeen. I am the real property lister for Bayfield County. And it's just been a pretty busy year in real estate. Lots of catch up on parcel splits and merges, GIS parceling lately. And tax bill printing is coming right around the corner too, so it's been a busy year.
Pam also works in the Bayfield County Land Records Department with us and Claire, as well as we have Karen, but I don't think she's here today. And definitely has been a lifesaver for helping me learn this new position. So thank you, Pam, for all your help. I think next up we have Lydia.
Hi, my name is Lydia Salas, and I'm wearing a Minnesota sweatshirt, but I work for the Wisconsin Coastal Management Program and Wisconsin Sea Grant programs. I'm I saw the hand clapping there. I am a project coordinator there, and right now I'm working on a project called Collaborative Action for Lake Michigan Coastal Resilience, or CALM, and it is focused on tying together all of Lake Michigan's coastal communities to work towards building coastal resilience. And part of that is integrating the project Jim was talking about, the WICD culvert project, and bringing that to the Lake Michigan region. So I am on because it's a large group of stakeholders to bring together, and part of decision making is having good data and ways to collect it. So I'm just here to learn about what's going on in our coastal region in the Northeast. I typically have worked in the southeastern Wisconsin area before, so expanding my range here.
Thank you so much for sharing, and we won't hold it against you that you have the Minnesota sweatshirt. I'm just kidding. No,
Thanks for that. Thank you.
I grew up on the La Crosse, Mississippi border, so my dog's vet was in Minnesota, and he was the bomb. So no, it's
sounds good.
Just tease it. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Scott. We've already got you. Oh, another Scott.
Hi, my name is Scott Johnson. I work for Nervado. I'm the GIS specialist there, and what's really keeping me busy now is feasibility studies using GIS to look for areas we want to apply for all the broadband grant funding that's out there. So a lot of census block data, any of the population data we're using to try and see what areas make sense, and GIS really is a great tool for that. All the presentations look good. I'm excited to see everything offered and appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. Next, we have Coulter. I apologize if I definitely pronounced that incorrectly.
No, you got it right.
Okay.
No biggie. Besides, misspellings happen all the time. Speaking of broadband, hello, I'm Coulter Sikora, the GIS lead down at the Public Service Commission in Madison, where I spend most of my time working on broadband mapping. In fact, Scott and I were just on the phone together yesterday, as the world runs small there. The main reason I am here on the line today is, well, you do a good job of marketing this meeting. 2, I really do enjoy working with folks across the state to basically build up relationships and see what work we can get done together while still accomplishing our primary tasks back in our sometimes literally home offices. I'm familiar particularly with Pam and Carmen, who's not on the line, Scott and Claire, Sofia. I think this is effectively the first time we've met, but I'm familiar with them largely through the Wisconsin Land Information Association, which I'm on the board for, and anybody who hears me go off about broadband at the WLIA is definitely familiar with me saying it would be great to get local government and state government and the private sector, both provider side and contractors and other folks side, to basically work together and not silo up our GIS data. And a lot of the time that's really focusing on the data that folks at the county and local level are working with as part of their day-to-day work. I do want to make a shout out to Christy Nixon. Many, many years ago, I think in 2009, we worked together somewhere in Northwest Minnesota, and I think this is the first time we've been in the same space since. So hi, Christy.
Yeah.
That's my intro.
When did you move back to Wisconsin?
Oh gosh. So that summer we were in Minnesota was my only time in Minnesota. I've been mostly in Wisconsin since I had a 3-year gap from 2010 to 2013 where I was in DC and St. Louis. Otherwise, it's been all Madison.
Oh, cool.
You were here for a while too, right?
Yeah, I got my my master's and my GIS certificate at Madison. Cool.
It's an all right place, but I'm biased. But good to see you again. It's been a long time.
Well, I'm glad we were able to bring you together. It's definitely, I think growing up, we used to say 6 degrees of separation for everyone in the world. I think it's a lot closer than that now. Next, we have Gail.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Gail Saranen, and I work for the U.S. Forest Service on the Ottawa National Forest in the western end of the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. And I help maintain our GIS program over here with data maintenance, and I also support the environmental NEPA mapping that needs to be done so we can have a lot of timber sales over here. And I also facilitate and coordinate things like the current project I'm working on is getting our forest visitor map redone, the one that we sell for $14 at the front desk for all the visitors that come through the forest. And I'll help review and correct all the information on there. Working with topo maps, getting them updated, our motor vehicle maps, so the public can know where they can go with OHVs and stuff like that. So I've got about 26 years in with the federal government, and I'm looking at retirement next summer. So that's kind of exciting for me. And as far as today's agenda, it all looks great, but I am a huge fan of John Nelson. So when I saw that, that was a big draw for me to make sure that I attended today's meeting. So thank you.
Of course, thank you so much. And happy retirement, you know, when that happens. So that's really exciting. Yes, I'm excited to have John start things off for us. Next, we have Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve Kircher, the GIS Director / Conservationist in Forest County. And we are currently working on our section corners PLSS data, getting them available for our surveyors, our local surveyors online, and I guess the world. Something I'm hoping to learn today, we're in the process of starting a UAV program. I've been asked Scott Galetka, what program they use and the equipment and all. So hopefully by Christmas, I said it'd be a neat Christmas present. We'll have a drone and a drone program going. My technician, who's going to be joining us later today, has her pilot's license, and she's looking forward to get going flying. So that, and then I'm also interested in the DOA programs for northern Wisconsin. What they have available for us in the Northwoods.
Thank you so much for sharing. And definitely, I think I would love to connect with your technician as well, because it's definitely, I just got my pilot's license, I think about a month and a half ago now. And it'd be really cool to talk about, getting into UAVs and starting this program.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Vasilis.
Hello to everyone. I'm Vasilis Derbizakas Papadopoulos. I'm connected from Greece, Thessaloniki at the moment. I'm working as a GIS analyst in the Nubi Group Geoservices and Research. And today I'm going to present the topic on managing recyclable waste with online GIS. As a company, we're specialized on providing GIS services on public authorities and private sector as well. And lately, we're working on precision agriculture and remote sensing together with radar images. Here today, I was hoping to see how other people are implementing GIS and remote sensing technology in their daily workflow and learn more about the projects they're working on. Thank you all for the invitation, and thank you, Sofia, for having us here and for organizing this event.
Of course. And actually, for everyone, Vasilis is family. And I think about 8 years ago, I was visiting, and he's actually the person that introduced me to GIS. I did no idea what it was when I started out my undergrad, and he was definitely someone that talked about it with me. And it's great to know that we have 2 GIS professionals in the family now. So I think that's everyone. I'm not sure if Nemo is available to share.
He has something in the chat.
Okay. Okay, so Nemo says he doesn't have a microphone. He is a Iron County GIS specialist, LIO, currently finishing the Triennial Land Info Plan and WLIP grant application. This is his words. My main duties otherwise are any mapping for Iron County, parcels, fire numbers, zoning, forestry. I'm working on the umpteenth revision of my PLSS programs that consolidate all the corners data we have and create section polygons. My apologies, I didn't have the chat open. Unfortunately, it doesn't show like participants in chat at the same time. And we actually have one more guest that joined us. Niti, if you are available to share and introduce yourself.
Can everybody hear me? Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm teaching a class right now, which will be over at 10:50, so I have to momentarily join and go. But I'm looking forward to my talk. I'm Niti Mishra. I am call myself remote sensing rather than a GIS professor. I focus on remote sensing for natural resource management. So I've been at UW La Crosse since 2015, and I've been doing some work with drones or unmanned aerial systems for different kind of applications, and whatever limited knowledge I have gathered over the last 3-4 years, I would be sharing that in my talk today. I'm really excited to talk and participate in this meeting. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing. And Dr. Misha is actually one of my professors from UW La Crosse, so please tell the students hi from me. They
Sure.
might they might be in a
Absolutely.
similar position in the future. So thank you so much for sharing. And actually, I think we have a couple more guests that came in. If they're available to introduce themselves, I believe next we have Kayla. And then if not, that's okay. I know some people are busy and are kind of logging in from work or from class. So John, if you're available to introduce yourself. Well, actually, you'll be introducing yourself soon, but if you'd like to introduce yourself here.
Hi, sure. Yeah, my name is John Nelson. I work for Esri, a GIS software company. I live in Michigan, and I'm happy to join you all today.
Thank you so much. And in case anyone hasn't seen the agenda yet, John Nelson will be our first presenter today. He'll be doing a mapping demo at 10 a.m. I think that is everyone. If anyone has anything else to share, they're welcome to. Otherwise, I think we'll take a break and we'll see you all at 10 a.m. Oh, I think, Skylar, I'm not sure if I introduced you. Did you want to share? Okay, I think then we will call it. I'll let everyone take a break, go get some coffee, water, stretch out, and we will see you here at 10 a.m. Bye, everyone.
Ophthalmology Services National. Calling to confirm an appointment for Joyce on Wednesday, November 17th at 8 a.m. If you need to cancel or reschedule your appointment, please call us at 715-682-03